Hello, everyone. This is Candy, the 614 Stitcher, and today is April the 26th, 2021. It is a Monday, and I am back with my Flosstube number 11. I am now in my preteens, so I'm very thankful to still keep putting up videos and that there are so many people that are enjoying them. If you are new or had a recommendation from YouTube to watch my video and you've watched, I thank you very much. Hopefully, you will find something or something I say that will entice you to subscribe and continue following me along on this journey. If you are new, I thank you so very much. I do want to thank Athena up front. Stitching Goddess Designs shouted me out last week on her video to get me to 500 subscribers, and I thank you so very much, Athena. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm well on my way. And if you are returning, thank you so very much for continuing along with me, for all the words of encouragement, for the laughs that we have shared in the comments. I really do appreciate you taking the time out to watch my video and to comment. I know there are a lot of um, floss tubers now. There have always been, I guess. And I appreciate you stopping by and taking the time to watch my video. Thank you. It has been a little over a week since my last video. I've been pretty busy. I did a quilt class on Saturday, and it's how to make collage quilts, to do a collage quilt. And so as I work on it more, I will be showing my progress on that as it comes about. The class was 3 hours, and she lectured for a great part of that class, and so there wasn't very much time for hands-on work. But it was a very interesting process, and it's going to be one that I will continue on and enjoy. I haven't been quilting very much, or even sewing for that matter. My sewing area, to be completely honest with you, is in chaos right now. And so I am focusing more on getting it organized, and trying to keep it organized. I've set a goal, a personal goal for myself to spend um, 30 minutes a day getting it all put back together. Um, One of the things about me is that if I'm looking for something, if I'm trying to pull together fabrics just come out from everywhere. Um, and I need to spend more time putting them all back together again when I get finished looking for the fabric. So I have several projects that I need to get wrapped up um, in the next couple of months. Um, because of course my guild wants me to put something in this county fair, and if I don't get organized, I won't have that. So I'm going to be working on that also. But as I get things completed, I'll be making sure to show them to you. So we're going to just jump right in. I hope you have been having some beautiful weather these next 2 days. The weather here in Ohio is going to be wonderful. I spent quite a bit of time today outside, doing some yard work, and I enjoy it. So I hope that you are having nice weather where you're at also. So today I wanted to show you I have another finish, and it is the April flower of the month. And those purples just, I mean, I love these little pieces. I am going to be trying to dye my own fabric for the remainder of them once the 16 count hedgehog fabric, once I go through all of that, I cut the piece up so that I would have squares to do them on. And now I think I have 3 more pieces to go, and then I'll be out of the hedgehog. So, but this is the April flower of the month, and it was out of Just Cross Stitch, the February edition. No, it was in the April 2020. And so that's another finish for me. And I am really thankful. And since we're talking about finishes, I know last time I recorded, I said that I was going to do 2 FFOs. Well, I only got 1 done, but I now have an idea for the second one, which is Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful. And so I have an idea for it now, and I will be able to get it finished by the next video. But I did get one finished, and it is the May by Heart and Hand. And this was May Square Dance, that's what it was. And I just used some remnant fabric with butterflies that kind of matched the piece. And so what I did was, and I don't know if you are supposed to show this or not, but I'm going to show you. So I had this little frame that I actually got from the Dollar Tree. I've had it for a little while. And I took a piece of sticky board and I put batting on it. And then I wrapped the fabric around it. And it is actually stuck to the frame on the back so that I can have it sitting up. I'm going to try to, so you can see this. So this is how it sits on my shelf. And it really came out nice. I also used sticky board for the actual piece, and it actually also has batting on the inside. I made this piece so that in the future, if I decide to come up with a different way to display it, I can easily take it apart because the sticky board, you know, the Ada is not stuck just on the very, very back on the tips. So I didn't use, that's how I put it all together. And it was really cute. I did it in a Zoom, I did it while I was in another Zoom meeting. So I just sat quietly listening and put it all together. And I'm really pleased with it. So that was my FFO. So now I have 1 FFO under my belt, but I'm happy about that. And I wanted to also say about the April flower of the month. I started this on Friday the 16th, and I put the A on yesterday. The charting for the months is, because they used linen, it is stitch over 1. And initially I did try to do that on the Ada, but I didn't like the way that it looked. So I am now coming up with how to back stitch the months on my own. And literally it is like, okay, how do I write that? And then I stitch it that way, except for the A. I had to like literally write an A out to where it would look okay with the rest of the letters. So, but I love those little pieces, and they are quick quicker stitches, since a lot of the projects that I'm working on right now are larger. It's really good to have something quick that you can work on. So the next piece that and I don't have this in any particular order, so I'm just gonna pull them out. I also worked on, excuse me, my Ink Circles Seasonal Sunshine piece, and I managed to finish, or not finish, I put in this brown border all the way down. No, it's this way. It's this way. I don't know. It is this way though. So I put in some more of the purple border around that. This purple border and the brown border goes the whole length. But I am such, I stitch borders as I go along. I don't stitch them all at once and see and pray and hope that they match up. I just continue stitching them as I go down the piece, and then it'll match. That's just how I do it. I've done the whole stitch it all, pray, and hope that it matches, and I don't like that way. So now this part of the, and I'm sorry, I should have pulled this out. So this brown part right here actually starts the separations for the days and the nights as it goes along the chart. So right now I am actually at the part where I can put in the sun right here and then start doing the stitching for the day and the night on the first part. And so I'll be getting started with that. This piece will actually also, I'll be working on this piece again in May, as you know, when I have an Ink Circles piece or anything that has an eye. If I need eye in the monthly magazine challenge, Ink Circles automatically comes out. So that's where I am on that. And so I will be putting in another couple of hours for the rest of this week, just to get it to the 4 hours that I had slated for the month. So I really believe I have like another hour to make that goal. So I'm just checking my... Actually, I've already met the goal for that, because the goal was 2 hours for this month, and I've already met that goal. I will probably increase the hours for next month though, because I got a whole different plan for next month. But let's keep going. So last year, Fat Quarter Shop did a like they're doing this year. They did, this was actually the very first one they did, and it was called Bloomtopia. Usually in years past, they've only done quilts for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Last year was the first year that they started the cross stitch, and I joined in, of course, but I had laid it aside and moved on like I do. So I had all of that completed when I picked this back up. I'm going to get better about taking pictures when I pick up these older projects so that you can see the starting point. And so this week I worked on putting in this flower motif and then this cross motif, and there are actually like a heart and another motif that comes down this way, and then I can move, you know, on to the next one. And I do not have, I'm going to hold it back here. So this is where I'm at, and I still need to put in this heart, and there's another cross, heart, cross in all the different shades, and it comes down here. And then I'm going to move over to the bird. I have decided this has a border all the way around in different colors, and I am not going to be adding that border all the way around. I'm just going to finish the inside, and that will be that. I kind of have a finish in mind for this. I just need to see if it will work with what I'm thinking. But I really enjoyed it. It was not it didn't take very long for me to get this flower motif in. And then, I'll just put those little motifs that go down the side in also. So that is Bloomtopia, and that was last year's Make-A-Wish Foundation chart. I'm like trying to figure out. I always have something to drink next to me because I get very dry when I'm talking, and then I'm always like, oh, please don't spill that. The next piece I put a little bit of work in is the Steel Rose. And this was started for March. Carolyn's favorite color is blue, and so we were to stitch on something blue with blue, something like that. And so this is where I've gotten to. So let me tell you a little bit about this piece. I actually flipped it upside down just because it was making it to make it easier in my Lowry stand. But I put in both the corner pieces. I had one in, and then I had to take it out and redo it because it wasn't right. And so then I put in the second one, and I've started also on the second border, and I will just keep bringing that border down. Now this one but I'm doing both borders as I go along. I'm not going to be, so when I start on this again, I'll be working on this inner border here so that I can do them at the same time and not do the whole wraparound. And then it'll be time pretty soon for me to get started with the rose. And that is just solid stitching. So I'll be working on that. I actually really enjoyed this piece. I don't know why, and that sounds funny, but I really don't know why. If it's just looking at the blue fabric or what it is, but like I would stitch this again, and I'm not even finished with it yet. Like this, I love this little piece. So, and as you can tell, it's not going to be very big at all. And in my head, like I could make a pink all rose or a purple all rose, just do the solid stitching in a different color with a different fabric, and it would be wonderful. So I really am enjoying this. I still have my goal for it was 4 hours this month, and I have probably another hour to go on it. It would be great to get in 2 more hours so that I can get the border completely finished and then just start working on the rose. And my last little piece, which has been the bane of my existence for this week, is my fairy garden. And I noticed last time when I was recording videos that I was like flashing the charts, so I do apologize, and I am going to be better about that. So I'm doing this pink one. This is in the Just Cross Stitch April 2020 magazine. Okay. And that's where, this is the one that I'm working on. I actually wanted this to be a birthday gift for my best friend. I don't think I'm going to make it. Her birthday is July the 2nd. And I don't know that I'm going to make it. And I'm saying that again. So the last time last week when I showed this piece, I had this motif also down here Well, then I was counting and realized that these, and I don't know, yes, these little yellow stitches, I had put them in the wrong place. I had stitched that whole motif right there. And not only had I stitched it once. So once I realized my mistake, I took a deep breath and I took it out again. And I decided that I was going to move to the side. And that is exactly what I've done. So I'm going to go across instead of going down first. I looked at this and looked at this. Like, if you all have seen the commercials, which, I don't watch TV very much anymore, but back in the day, like, there was a commercial where this man literally was in his office and picked up his computer, it was an old school computer, picked the computer up and threw it out the window. I was like, okay, I'm going to put this piece away for good, and I'll think about the next time to bring it out. But then once I found the air and it's, wasn't making me crazy anymore, I got over here and this motif turned out great. I was like, okay, I'm going to just keep persevere, keep going on. But this piece right here almost was in the trash because I just could not for the life of me find the mistake that I had made and then correct it. And when I made the mistake the second time, I was watching the Sunshine Stitchers, and Sheila was talking about the same thing. She made the mistake, she took it out. She made the same mistake again, she took it out. I was right there with her because I could not, for the life of me, figure out what was off. Because when I kept going through it, everything looked fine. And then this morning, actually, at 5 o'clock this morning, I'm looking at it and I'm like, what is the problem? And I literally started going line by line, and it was those 4 yellow stitches that were off, driving me nuts. So those were my whips for the week. And I'm still enjoying them, even though that one was making me crazy. I think I may be putting too much pressure on myself because I'm like trying to get it done, and I want to get it done, hurry up and get it done. Because, I don't want to be the last minute getting it to her for her birthday, but she doesn't even know it's coming. So I don't have no rush. It could be for Christmas. It could be for her birthday next year. I'm just going to take my time and move on because that piece right there has given me the blues. So that is all I have for whips this week. Then we're going to move into, I'm going to go a little bit out of order and do my haul next. So today I went to the mailbox, literally, and there was a package from a sweet lady named Ellen. Hi, Ellen. And she watched my video last week where I was talking about the ink circles pattern that was in the Black Needle Society's box. And she sent it to me. And I was on the phone because I'm still working, and was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Because I know this is an exclusive pattern for the Black Needle Society. So thank you so much, Ellen. I really, really, really do appreciate it. I was just on cloud 9 when I opened up that envelope and saw that. Because, you get mail and you're like, where is it? Who is this? Where is this coming from? And I recognized her name, but I'm like, how'd she get my address? Then, what is she sending me? So I really, really appreciate it, Ellen. I don't know when I'm going to start that just yet, but actually I kind of have an idea in my head when I might start it, but we'll talk about that later. So, in my quest to, I'm going to move right here. In my quest to do some FFOing, of course, with, I probably got $5,000 worth of stuff upstairs that I could finish stuff with, but you got to go shopping. Um, so I went to a couple of places, and of course, none of this stuff is being used just yet. So, but I found this at the Target. Oh, look at that! You can see all my stuff. Look at me. Um, it's a mirror, and it has this. And I thought it was really cute. It was at the Target dollar spot, and that was $3. And then, oh, Joann's. Joann's had a sale, so of course, I picked this up because I thought it would be really cute as a finish. And all of the stuff that I'm showing you was either on clearance or on sale, with the exception of the mirror, $3. So I picked this up and thought it would make a really cute. So let me tell you, at first, this was my idea for Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful. But I have since let that idea go because I got another one. So I picked that up, and like it was on sale, but regular price, this is $5. And it already has the little hanger. And since I'm not a jute kind of person, I mean, there's nothing wrong with jute, but I could take the jute out and put my own ribbon in there to match, and make it my own. From the Target dollar spot, I found this little cute home sign, and I do have some home patterns that I could put on here. Even if I wanted to cover this up or put the pattern right here or above it or wherever, is what I was thinking. So this is haul, but I don't know that I'll use this piece to finish anything. I have a lot of beach themed projects that I have not kitted up, but just in my stash. And then I have two that I'm working on, so I don't know that I'll be able to use this. But I love sea turtles, so anytime I find one that's different, I always pick it up. I also received my April Floss Fix from Fat Quarter Shop. And this month is French Rose. And here are the colors. And the colors that are included: Perfect Pie Crust, Cinnamon Toast, Nutmeggy, Colonial Rose, Jakey Brown, and Cappuccino. So those are really pretty. They came right after I filmed the last video. So I just put them in I've come up with a system to where I can hold on to my haul and make sure I show it all, or instead of just having it everywhere. I am going to be trying to dye. I have dyed fabric before. I had to buy some Rit yellow dye for a piece that I'm going to be working on. These two frames I got at the dollar spot. They came together, and I believe they were $3 also. And they were in one big package, and I just took them off. And then I also picked up a couple of baggies that I am going to be making myself a travel bag for cross stitch. Whenever I go to visit my stitchy friends down at Keepsakes, I spend a lot of time gathering up all my supplies so that I can take them. And so the last time I was there, um, on the 17th, I was like, I need to come up with a bag where I could just put all my stuff is already packed and I don't have to worry about it. And so that's what that was. I picked up this little basket just because it was purple, really. And I do believe I got this, though, at Hobby Lobby. So when I was at Keepsakes, I picked me up some pretty scissors. And I don't know if Dinky Dye, if so it says Dinky Dyes on it. I don't know if Dinky Dyes made this, manufactured, or if they sold them wholesale or whatever. And then while I was at Keepsakes, also I picked up some flosses for a chart that I'm about to start. Tutti Frutti, Rose Petal, Loudon, and Isla Morde. Isla Morde. I don't know I can't really pronounce the name, but it is beautiful. It is beautiful. So those were some flosses that I picked up from Keepsakes. And then I also picked up a couple of charts. Now, this chart actually came, you bought the floss, which is what was that, and then you got the chart for free. And this is a rose by any other name would smell as sweet, and it is by Little House Needleworks, and I think it's really, really pretty. It's it's really a pretty chart. So I don't know when I'm going to start that, though, but it is really pretty. Like, that could be one of my spring pieces, one of my magazine monthly pieces. And then I found this, which made me so happy. And it is imaginating, and it's the Let's Sew pattern. And then I have one more thing I got in the mail yesterday, my StitchCon t-shirt. And I am going to StitchCon on weekend A. And I am super excited and I can't wait. I was scheduled to go in 2020 when, the whole world thing happened. So I am going to be there. I look to meet and greet and talk to and hug and get to know a lot of you that I watch, a lot of you that I communicate with. I am super excited and can't wait. I also picked up this, which you've already seen this fabric once. I keep going back to it. This is 16 count Ada by Mystic Fibers Diversity. And so since I pulled that out, we're going to go right into plans. I bet you I put that. I did. So I am going to be stitching, as you know, here it is right here. For May, instead of doing Mania, I am going to be working on, and I have a hashtag, and I will link it below. The hashtag is, I wrote it down. I thought I wrote it down. It'll be linked below. So I will be starting on Saturday, May the 1st. The name of the chart actually is called My Therapist Knows, and I will be stitching that on my 16 count diversity, and I will be using my Funny Valentine floss to stitch the whole piece. This is very variegated, and so I'm just going to use this floss and do the whole chart that way. So that is one of my May plans. The next plan I have it for May, I will be working on the flower of the month. The theme for the monthly magazine cross stitch challenge is Mayflowers. So I'm going to be working on the Mayflower for monthly magazine. I'm also going to be working on the ink circles seasonal sunshine piece, and the acrostic this month is Daisy, and I'm still working on the D, the A, and the Y for that. I'm going to work a couple of more hours on the Steel Rose for the rest of April. And on Wednesday, I'll be doing more work on Forgive and Move On, which is my Wellness Wednesday piece. And I had lost sight of my focus piece, but I'm going to go back to doing the focus piece also. And so I had started, and I'm going to show you where I am. I had started Serendipity. Ooh. And so this is where I'm at, and I'm going to put some more focus into this. I'm not sure. My notes say this is what I'm going to do, that I'm going to do an hour a day. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put an hour a day's worth of work into it. I probably will split that up and do like 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon or evening, so that I can move this piece along. I do not want this piece to turn into what Bloomtopia did, and then a year later I'm still working on it, trying to get it finished. So that is going to be my focus. And then, of course, Caterpillar Cross Stitch came out with the 4th, and I haven't put any more work into that. She did put out the 4th part to the Stitch Along, and I'm very, very behind now. And so I'm going to also be making that some type of a focus piece so that I can not have all of these projects just piling up on top of each other. I am also cutting myself some slack because I have a lot. I'm doing a lot. I like to stitch a lot. But now that gardening season is here, I like to do that too. That was actually the first therapy that I started, was working in the yard and doing all that, and that helped me a lot. And so I have lots of flower beds and flowers and grass cutting and all of that. And I work. So I'm also remembering to cut myself some slack with getting behind or not being as fast as everybody else is. So I believe I have a whole pile of stuff around me. And so with that, I believe that I have said and shown everything that I needed to today. Please remember to get out and soak up some sun. The vitamin D is very good for you. It is a mood lifter within itself. We all have cloudy days and snow and rain and all of that. So when you have days where the sun is shining, even if it's just 15 minutes to just stand in the sun, it will help you tremendously. I made it a point today to be to go outside and to do a few things so that I could enjoy the weather. It's supposed to get up to 80 tomorrow here, and then it's going to go back down to 56. But I'm going to enjoy the sun and the sunny, warm days that I can get. And because I know June and July and August and September are coming. And those are really warm days. So I will enjoy every single moment of that. Again, please join me for the May and the May Mental Health Matters, Mental Health Care SAL. That's what it is. Hashtag Mental Health Care SAL. I will be linking it below. There's some fun charts out there. It doesn't have to say anything about therapy or whatever, whatever it means to you. Colleen, the Rebel Stitcher, that's my friend. She did one, and I thought it was really cute. And it said, I cross stitch so that I don't kill people. And she did it on Steel City Stitcher Jody's blood splatter fabric, and it was so cute. So even if people in your life don't mind that kind of humor, I thought it was really great. Then you could stitch something like that. Whatever you do to keep your mental sanity intact. If you cross stitch so you don't kill people, I actually have that as a needle minder. Then stitch that. And post your pictures so that we can all, I know there are a few. I do want to say that my friend Lynn X Stitch Creates just started her own Flosstube. She did her first video last Tuesday and uploaded it. And so please be sure and go and check her out. Give her a like. She's really good. She has a lot of great projects. She's been stitching for a long time. So give her a check also. All right, everyone. Thank you so very much. And I hope you have a great stitchy week. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.